Good morning, YouTubers. Right, let's have a quick look at Quarriors. I've owned this game for a few months now, since late 2011. Played it a lot with my son, he quite enjoys it. Not really had much play lately. When you look around on the internet, there's not many videos showing gameplay in progress, so I thought I'd just quickly whack up a round in progress just to show you how it plays. Contents of the box, again, that's been shown. Drakkenstrikes, I think, has done a video and it's got a really good contents and basic game overview, but I thought I'd set up a game, roll the dice and see if we get a couple of rounds on. Me versus me. Here are the cards, spells, creature cards, and your 3 basic cards. Creatures that you can buy, your spells, and the dice. Tons of dice. I find it's easier just to keep them in a bag and shove them in a tray. Right, I'm going to set this up, get 2 players, and I'll be right back. Okay, here we are. The game is set up. We have the 3 standard cards, which is a portal dice, which gives you basically reroll quiddity, where you can buy more quiddity, but pretty much never ever buy quiddity, so we don't tend to put any dice on that card, just token. 2 more cheap creatures, never buy these either. They're just there because the game rules state, stick 2 on there. That's the dice that weren't used this particular round because the creatures that use those dice weren't pulled out. What do we have? We have a Mighty Defender of the Pale, Scavenging Goblin, Strong Devotee of the Holy Quarry, which means he's the stronger version of that particular card, Primordial Ooze, Warrior of the Key, Questing Wizard, Witching Hag, what's she called? Mighty Witching Hag, Death Incantation, Growth Cantrip, and a Victory Charm. The 3 magic spells are, I would say, would be subsidiary. The very first thing you should do is buy creatures, because creatures obviously score you glory, and glory wins you the game. My son has worked out that when it comes to buying creatures, he doesn't actually go for the creature that he thinks will play the game best. He goes for the creature that's going to score him the most glory for the cheapest cost. And he's figured that out already. He's 8 years old. So when it comes to buying certain creatures, there are ones that cost the same, but you get 1 more glory. Like the Witching Hag is 3 glory for a cost of 5. Where you can see this fellow over here costs 6, you get 3. This one costs 4, you only get 2 glory. So he he tries to save up and get the best. He would probably stock up on these because they're cheaper than the wizard, and hopefully you pull them out of his bag each round. And he's learnt to cull his dice and get rid of the junk, basically get rid of these quiddity, and he tends to get rid of the creatures as quick as possible. Right, so we'll have a quick blast. We'll do a couple of rounds. There's our glory shocker. I'm going to use the dice tray, which I made after watching Watch It Played. Give me an idea. He said picture frame, take out the glass, blah blah blah. That's what I've done. Works quite well, to be honest. Okay, so we're going to go red first. I'm going to draw 6 dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I believe Tom Vassell said the same thing, that the dice bags are a bit too small. Can't get your big meaty hands in. 6 dice. I've drawn 2 creatures, 4 quiddity. I'm going to roll those dice. And as it happens, on this particular turn, I've rolled all money. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 quiddity. 7 quiddity gives me a chance to purchase money. The game, not purchase money, gives me a chance to purchase a creature or a spell. With 7, the very first thing I'm going to do is buy a strong creature, which is the Questing Wizard. So I'll buy one of them. The 7 quiddity, the 7 quiddity become discarded along with my creature. They get put to the side. Now it's this player's turn. That's done. Game turn done. Blue player picks out 6 dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Drawn exactly the same. Roll the dice. He has rolled 1 creature, quiddity, and a reroll. That symbol allows you to re-roll this dice plus one other. So you take one of the low money value ones, the one, roll it again, and he's rolled another creature and another quiddity. So what I'm going to do with that one is buy these 2 creatures into play. The value of the creature is the dice, is the number on the top left, 1, 1. So each one of these creatures costs 1 quiddity to bring them into play. So you've got to spend 2. They're in play. It's got 3 left to spend. So for 3, you can buy. You would attack now. There's nothing to attack, so we're going to just skip the attack phase and we'll do it next round when I've got something else. 3 quiddity left to spend, and basically there's nothing to buy. No creatures to buy. You could buy a spell, but it's pretty pointless at the minute. So he's just going to buy a scavenging goblin, just because it's another creature to put in his bag. They all go to the discard pile over there. His turn is over. He has 2 creatures in play. Nothing to attack. So those creatures will hopefully defend the next go. Second player draws out 6 dice. The remaining 6 dice, because you start with 12. 8 quiddity, 4 creatures. Rolls them. And yet again he's rolled all money, which is no good. Because he can't put any creatures in play. The only way you score is by having creatures in play. 6 quiddity. So again, just going to buy a creature for 6 quiddity. Witch and Hag, she scores high, she costs 5. They all go to the discard pile. Game over, turn over. Can't attack, can't defend, can't score. Now it goes back to the blue player's go. First thing you do is you score your creatures. So because both of these creatures survived the round, they lived a full round, he gets to score them. Each one of the assistants is worth 1 glory. Get it in frames. 1 glory. So for each assistant that lived, he gets a glory point. Blue, 1, 2. Because he had 2 creatures live, he can cull dice up to the amount of creatures that live, so he can get rid of 2 dice from his discard pile or his hand. So he's going to get rid of, let's get rid of 1 of each. Get rid of assistant and get rid of a quiddity dice back to the wilds. We're sending them back into the wild. We don't want them in our hand anymore. So that's that round done. Now he gets to draw his remaining 6 dice. Roll them. All quiddity. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to spend. He'll buy a wizard. Goes into his discard pile. Game over. No creatures to bring into play, nothing to buy. This player puts all of his dice that was in his discard pile back into his bag. Gives them a shake. Draws 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6. This time around, we've drawn 3 creatures. The wizard, which is a nice one to draw, the witch and hag, and the assistant. Let's give them a roll. See if we can roll them like that. And we have rolled 1 quiddity for the wizard or reroll, so we'll reroll. Right, we've rolled a wizard and a witch and hag. The wizard costs, the value on the top left hand corner is 2, and the witch and hag costs 1. So to bring this wizard and the witch and hag into play, into the ready area, we need to pay for them. We rolled 4 quiddity. As it happens, this would cost 2 and 1, 3. So we pay our 3, bring them into play. Now they attack. There's nothing to attack, so they just sit in the ready area waiting to defend or attack. We've got 1 quiddity left to spend. Nothing in the game costs 1 quiddity. Well, the assistant does, but we don't want no more of them in our bag because they're all a waste of time. So that's it. Game turn over. This player puts his discarded dice back into his bag. Gives him a shake. Draws 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's drawn a wizard and a goblin, so 2 creatures have come out of his bag. Give it a roll. And he's rolled all money. Terrible roll. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All money. So again, he's got 7. So buy another strong dice. Buy the wizard. Discard it. It comes back to the red player. These two creatures have survived the round. This blue player had no creatures to kill me. These two have survived the round, so we score them. The wizard was worth 3 glory. Him. 1, 2, 3. The witch and hag was worth 3 glory. 1, 2, 3. Let's see what happens when the wizard survives. Christian wizard gets +1 defense, nothing happens. So they both survived. Because they were 2 creatures lived, I get to cull 2 creatures from my discard or my hand. So I'm going to get rid of an assistant and a quiddity die. And that's my go over. They go to the discard, not my go over. My scoring phase over. Now you draw 6 dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not a good. So it's basically 5 quiddity, 1 creature. Roll them. We've rolled an assistant, so I'll pay for him. He costs 1. I'll attack. Nothing to attack. I've got 2, 4, 6 left to spend. So we're going to let's get a reroll, a portal dice. They cost 4. He's in play. This go over. His turn. Blue player's turn. Make this the last round, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 3 creatures, 3 money. Let's give them a roll. So re-roll, so we'll re-roll the creatures. So we've rolled 3 creatures and 3 money. At last we've managed to roll some creatures against each other. Let's put these 3 creatures in play. If you remember, an assistant costs 1, which is the top left number on the dice. So I've rolled 3 assistants, which means I need to pay 3 quiddity. Now we're going to attack. It's the attack phase. These 3 assistants attack with their total attack values added together to every creature in your every player in the game. And every time there's a defense value, you take it off of the attack value. For example, the top right hand corner on each of these dice is the attack value. So the assistants are rubbish. They attack with a value of 1, 1 and 1. What you do is you add those attack values together to make 3, and then you attack every player in the game, their creatures. So each player gets attack of 3, attack of 3, attack of 3. So I'm defending with my assistant. His defense is the bottom right hand number, which in this case is 2. Defense is not cumulative. So if you've got 3 creatures sat in there, all with a defense of 2, they need to each face the attack of 3 on their own. So this creature defends an attack of 3 with a defense of 2. He is subsequently killed. If I had another creature, those 3 assistants' attack value would go down to 1 because 2 of my defense have taken away their attack. So they had a 3, they hit my defense of 2, their attack goes down to 1. So they killed my assistant. He's not going to score when it comes back to my go. Now he didn't survive the round, so I'm not going to score him. That's his go over. He's got no money left to spend because he spent them all on creatures. He's got 3 creatures in his ready area, or in his active pool, one of them. So I draw. There was only 2 dice left in my bag, so I drew them out and then put my discarded dice back in, give them a shake, and draw 4 more. 1, 2, 3. 1 more. 4. So witch and hags come out. See what we get. A reroll. Reroll on that one. And all money. So I'm going to reroll the witch and hag and the assistant. And it's all money. Fantastic. 2, 4, 6, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. So I rolled 8 money. Under normal circumstances, sometimes if the dragon, the questing dragon, the quaking dragon is the best card in the game, and he normally costs 8 or 9. So as soon as you start rolling 8s, you're likely to win the game because the questing dragon is so strong. But Primordial Ooze costs 8, and he only gives you 2 glory. Not going to bother that at all. Let's go for what does he do? Primordial Ooze's special ability. On the Primordial Ooze, you will see there's a a value to actually purchase it, but it's question mark for attack and question mark for defense. Question mark means the number of basic quiddity dice in your used pile and active pool combined. If you have no basic quiddity dice in play, Primordial Ooze is destroyed. So the number of basic quiddity dice, so basically Primordial Ooze's question marks take on the amount of basic quiddity dice that you've got. So if you had 5 quiddity dice sat in the pile, he would have a 5 attack and 5 defense. So I tend to get rid of these dice as quick as possible, so he wouldn't be a good card for me. So let's buy a death cantrip. Now let's buy a quiddity spell. What's this one? The creature gains +2 glory when scored. So you can attach this spell dice to a creature when rolled, and if that creature lives and survives the round, he gets an extra 2 quiddity, an extra 2 glory, extra 2 glory when he scores. So if you attached it to your questing wizard and your wizard survived the round, instead of getting 3 glory, he would get 5. That's my go over. Rubbish, no creatures. Go back to the blue player. 3 creatures survive. Hooray! He gets to score each creature in turn. So 3 assistants, 1 glory each. 1, 2, 3. Cull his dice. Get rid of these 3 assistants because they are rubbish. Actually, get rid of 2 assistants and 1 of the quiddity dice. Now it's his go again. No dice left in his bag. But you'll see, this blue player only has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 dice now. So he's picking from far fewer dice. Because his creatures are surviving, he's getting to pick from far fewer dice. Which is the whole point of deck building. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So look, 2 wizards, 4 quiddity. I think in the normal circumstances, the blue player is going to win this game. So he's rolled 1 wizard, a weak wizard. Because it's only a cost of 1, his attack is 2, his defense is 5. And we've rolled 2, 4, 6, 7 quiddity. So we'll put the wizard in play at a cost of 1. And then we'll spend the rest of our money. We've got we'll attack, nothing to attack. Now we'll spend the rest of our money, which is 6. So what can we buy for 6? Let's buy another creature, a witching hag. Go over. Last round now, I promise. Not going to cut anymore. Draw 6 dice out of the red player's bag. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. So drawn a wizard, a reroll dice, a portal dice that is, and an assistant. Get rid of those assistants as quick as possible. Rolled. So I rolled a nice strong wizard. I've rolled a portal dice with a 1 on it. So the 1 allows me to draw another dice out of the bag. And discard it, so it's a quiddity. So I just rolled a 1. So I'm going to put my wizard into play at a cost of 2. So he goes into play, costs me 2. I attack. So my attack value is the top right hand number, which is 3. And this player's defense is the bottom right hand number, which is 5. So I don't kill it. That creature lives. He's in play, doesn't kill anything. I've got 4 left to spend. So let's buy, what's this one? Gain 2 quiddity. That's a money spell. Don't really need to buy any more creatures. This is a death spell, can't afford it. Let's buy that one. Warrior of the Key. Warrior of the Key gains +3 attack if the defending player has only 1 creature in his ready area. So in this situation, this creature would have got +3 on his attack. That's that go over. We go back to the blue player. He scores his creatures. So his questing wizard survived. He scores him. He gets 3 quiddity on the blue player. 1, 2, 3. Gets to colour dice. Get rid of a money dice. It's his go again. So out of his bag, he draws 1, 2, 3, 4 dice. Puts his discarded dice back in the bag. He needs to draw 2 more to make it to 6. 1, 2. Roll them. So I actually rolled 2 creatures and 4 quiddity. So no matter what, the witch and hag and the goblin are going to be played, so they cost 2 each. The goblin has been rolled with a star in the bottom left hand corner. Hopefully you can see that. The star denotes gain +1 quiddity when you summon Scavenging Goblin, so it gives us more money back. So now we've got 3 back in there because the goblin, we summoned him. Now we've got these two creatures. It's the attack phase. Top right is the attack. So with Witching Hag and Scavenging Goblin, they have a total combined attack of 5. My wizard has a total defense of 6, the bottom right hand figure. So 5 against 6 leaves me with +1. They don't kill it, it lives. They now spend their 3 quiddity. They've got nothing to spend. The cheapest thing they can buy is another goblin. You may as well buy a creature because they score your points. That's that go over. Comes back to the red man. My wizard survived. Gives me 3 glory. 1, 2, 3. I can colour dice. Get rid of an assistant. And we carry on until somebody gets to 20 in a 2-player game. That is basically the Quarriors rounds. You carry on playing. Obviously, I've not really spoken about special abilities. For example, when you roll dice with a star on it, when Devotee of the Holy Quarry scores, you may capture 1 spell die that costs 4 quiddity or less for free. So basically, if you had this creature, that's why he costs 2 glory. If you had him and he survived the round, you get to choose a spell for nothing, which is actually quite good. Because you can buy a money spell or a glory spell for free, and you can do that every time he scores. If you had 2 of these and you manage to roll the star value, that one, you get quite a good perk. Mighty Defender of the Pale. There's 2 stars and single star. Your opponent must spend 1 additional quiddity to summon each creature. So this makes your opponent's creatures cost more money to them. 2 stars. Your opponent must spend 2 additional quiddity. So that makes your opponent's creatures more expensive. There's lots of this, and obviously you've got to bear in mind that you get quite a lot of creatures in the base pack and spells, and they all change. There's the Questing Dragon, Quake Dragon. That's the ridiculously strong creature. If you get it, basically you're probably going to win. And it changes the game every time. Every time you change the creatures, which you've got to reshuffle. Death Dealer. You can see, look, there's 3 Death Dealers. You're only allowed to have 1 of each particular brand of creature playing, because obviously there's only 1 set of dice per card set. Death Dealer. When Death Dealer scores, you may trade Death Dealer for 1 die from any other player's use pile. So if somebody had the Quake Dragon, when this creature scored in your pile, you could actually nick his Quake Dragon, which is a good way of playing it. All in all, we enjoy Quarriors, me and my son. My daughter plays it a little bit. She's not as enamoured as him. He's been a bit bored of it lately. It's not been coming out as much as it used to. He's 8 years old. The box says 14 and up, and he plays this game quite comfortably, and he's 8. It took him probably 2 or 3 plays to get his head around the fact that he's building a good hand in his bag, and he should be culling dice because he used to hold on to the money as much as he could. And obviously, in later rounds, he's picking out of 17 dice in his bag, and all he's getting in return is money and more creatures. So, but he's got it. He enjoys it. Definitely 14 and up. I don't know why they've got that age on the box. Definitely not that. But all in all, a very enjoyable game. I thought I'd post this video because I couldn't find any showing the turn process and how you actually play the game. So there you have it. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll be posting some more videos.